Hello and welcome to episode 149 of Rivers Arcade Review. My name is Ed. This channel is dedicated to the coin-operated video games of yesteryear. Today I'm doing a viewer request. Today's game was requested by the viewer Akufan, and the game they requested was Pandora's Palace. Pandora's Palace was released in 1984 by Konami. My first time playing this game was on MAME. Pandora's Palace is a platform game in which you control a Roman emperor with a 4-way joystick and a jump button. This game takes place amid palace ruins. This game plays similarly to Donkey Kong, although unlike many platform games of the time, you need to make your way from the top of the playfield to the bottom as opposed to moving upward. The game begins with Pandora's box being open and a large number of enemies escaping. You need to move through a series of ruins in order to seal the box. The first stage will take place in a green palace. This palace will have 6 levels that you need to traverse. You begin at the top left side of the structure. There will be a timer at the top center of the playfield. This timer will begin at 9,980 points and will begin clicking off in 10-point increments. It will click off 100 points approximately every second. Clearing the stage will award you whatever points are remaining on the timer. If the timer runs out, you will lose a life. You need to use the pillars to climb from floor to floor. You can climb up and down the solid pillars, although you can only partially climb on the broken pillars. If a pillar is broken at the bottom, you can climb down safely to the floor below. If the pillar is broken at the top, you can climb up as high as it goes, although you can't reach the higher level. You can use these pillars to avoid enemies. The top 2 floors will be solid, although there will be a series of fire pits that you need to jump over. If you contact one of these fire pits, you will lose a life. The 3rd floor down will have 3 gaps in it. You need to jump across these gaps because if you fall through one, you will lose a life. The 4th floor down will be solid with 2 fire pits that you need to jump over. The 5th floor down will only be a short platform extending from the left. There will be a retracting bridge that will extend from this platform. You need to wait for the platform to extend to reach the column so you can climb to the lowest floor. The lowest floor will only extend halfway from the left side. Just past the right side of this floor will be 3 smaller platforms. One platform will be at the same level as the floor, and there will be one above and one below. To the immediate right of these 3 platforms will be another 3 platforms slightly further apart, although these platforms will continuously move upward like an elevator. You need to use these platforms to jump across the gaps in order to reach the final platform at the bottom right of the playfield. Once you reach this final platform, you can enter the door to end the stage. There will be a series of enemy skulls that will make their way up the palace floors. You will need to jump over these skulls. Even though contacting them won't kill you outright, they will knock you away and you could either be knocked into a fire pit or into a gap, and that will cost you a life. Hanging from the 1st, 2nd, and 4th floors down will be a bunch of flashing grapes. Jumping up and collecting these grapes will not only award you points, but will grant you temporary powers. When you have these powers, your character will change from his normal white toga and laurel leaves and change into a red helmet and tunic. Although you have powers, you are not invulnerable. Contacting a fire pit or falling through a floor will still cost you a life, although if you jump and land on the skulls, they will be destroyed and you will earn extra points. The 2nd stage will take place in a brown palace. This palace will have fewer columns to climb down, although now there will be more elevator platforms. These platforms will have springs connected to them. The top elevator will be weight sensitive, so it will only move downward when your character is on it, although the others will move up and down in a predictable pattern. Since these platforms are on springs, you can safely land on them no matter the distance of the fall. This level will only have 2 sets of grapes to grant you temporary power. Once you reach a treasure chest, the level will end and you will move on to the next stage. The 3rd stage will be a challenging stage. This stage will have 4 floors in all. You will begin on the top floor, which is only a small platform. You will need to climb down to the lower 3 floors. The 2nd floor will have 2 gaps in it, and the bottom 2 floors will be solid, although there will be fire pits you need to jump over. There will be 10 skulls that will be moving back and forth and will stay on the same floor. You will have your power throughout this level. You need to jump and crush these skulls for bonus points. Crushing all 10 skulls will end the stage and you will earn bonus points. If you fall through a gap or hit a fire pit, the round will end. If you don't crush all the skulls in a timely fashion, a bird will fly across the sky into the sun. This bird will appear after about 15 seconds and will take about 5 seconds to reach the sun. If the bird reaches the sun, the bonus round will end and you will receive points based on how many skulls you crushed during the round. No matter how the stage ends, you will not lose a life. Round 4 will take place in a green palace. This palace will only have 5 floors, although there is a new twist. The 2nd and 4th floors will have trapdoors that will open and close. Just below the trapdoors will be a series of white dots. These dots will continuously move to the left or right depending on which floor they are on. The second floor from the top, the dots will move right to left, and the fourth floor from the top, the dots will move left to right. These dots will lift the trapdoors when they are under them, and when they move away, the trapdoors will open. You can only stand on these doors when they are horizontal because if they are open, you will fall and you will lose a life. The remaining floors will have fire pits, although the lowest floor will have a new twist. There will be a gas pipe below these fire pits. You can see bursts of gas moving through the pipe, and when a burst of gas hits the fire pit, the fire will flare up, making it harder to jump over. In addition, the enemy skulls have been replaced by moai statues. These statues will act the same as skulls, only faster. Stage 5 will take place in a white palace, which is the most complex layout of all. The top 2 floors will be solid, although there will be fire pits amid them. The next floor down will only be a short platform. To the right of the platform will be a series of moving platforms. There will be 4 columns of platforms in all, although they will continuously move in a predictable pattern. The first column will move upward and the second column will move downward. Once a platform reaches the top, it will move to the right, and when it reaches the bottom, it will move to the left. The third and fourth column will move in the same pattern. If you are on a platform when it reaches the top, you will automatically be moved onto the floor above, although you will not lose a life. Once your character lines up with the platform at the far right of the third floor, you need to jump off and climb down to the next floor. This floor will be solid, although there will be 2 fire pits that you need to jump over. The bottom floor will consist of a conveyor belt that will continuously move to the left. There will be moving fire pits on this conveyor belt that you need to jump over. Once you navigate the conveyor belt, you need to jump to the final platform to enter the door to end the level. The 6th round will take place at a tan palace and will be similar to the first palace, although now the 3rd floor down will now have moving floor platforms as opposed to just having gaps. You need to time your jump between the platforms because if you fall through, you will lose a life. Stage 7 will be another challenging stage. This time instead of skulls, you will face 10 moai statues. This time there will be more gaps in the floors that you need to avoid. Just like the previous challenge stage, you need to destroy the statues in a timely fashion or the bird will fly into the sun, ending the stage. After stage 7, the stages will repeat in the same order, although the enemies will move faster. In addition, now there will be a flying fireball. This fireball will take the same path as the other enemies, although it will continuously fly in an up and down pattern. You need to avoid this fireball at all costs because contacting it will cost you a life. Scoring for the game is as follows. You will earn 300 points for jumping over an enemy as well as collecting the grapes. You'll earn between 600 and 1500 points for crushing enemies when you have temporary power. If you are able to crush all 10 enemies during the bonus round, you will earn a bonus. Clearing the round 3 bonus will award 5,000 points, clearing round 7 will award 7,000 points, clearing round 12 will award 10,000 points, clearing round 17 will award 14,000 points, and clearing round 22 and beyond will award 20,000 points. This is the first time I played this game, and although it took a bit to figure it out, I did enjoy playing it, although the music did get annoying, but I still recommend playing it whether in an arcade setting or on an emulator. I like this game more than Mr. Deuce Castle, but not as much as Wizard of War, so Pandora's Palace climbs its way into the 97th position overall. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any games you'd like me to review, please leave a message below or on my homepage. Please remember to hit like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned to new videos every Sunday.